What's up guys, it's Chief here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do the 40-40 trading method, which is one of the best special card trading methods on FIFA 23. But before we jump into that, I'm going to show you the easiest way for you to get some coins. If you guys are looking for the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market, make sure to head over to utnice.com and use code CHIEF for 5% off at checkout. Now let's get right into this video. Alright boys, so diving into today's video, again, we're going over the 40-40 trading method, which is sort of like a mid-budget level trading method. So I usually recommend for this one that people have at least like 200 to 500k to do this. The more coins you have, the easier it's going to be to make coins. Now this is a really simple trading method. All we're going to do is you're going to set your quality to special here. You're going to set your max bid price to 40,000 and your minimum buy now to 40,000. So what this is going to do is it's going to give us special cards with sort of low bids but high buy nows. Now, how exactly do we utilize that? So as you can see here, we have a bunch of different special cards. Obviously a lot of team of the seasons right now, since those are in packs. So what we're going to do is we're basically just going to scroll through and look for any card that has a bid on it. And once we find a card that has a bid on it, it's really simple. We're just going to go ahead and search up what exactly that card goes for. So there's a Szczesny here that goes for 32k. So I'm going to jump over to Footbin here, and I'm going to find that Szczesny goes for about 40k. Now I always want to check the market sales history button here as well. What this shows us is it shows us exactly what this card has been selling for. So I can see I could sell this Szczesny for about 41.5, 42,000 coins. And I see right now that he goes for about 32,500. So how exactly do I know what I should be buying cards for? One of the simple rules that a lot of people use is called the 10% rule. So whatever you're going to sell a card for, you want to buy it for 10% under that. So if I'd sell it for say 40k, I'd want to buy it for 36k. And that's a really simple rule. I know a lot of people also, personally myself, I typically just try to make at least 1,000 coins per card. So I take what I'm going to lose after tax when I sell a card, and I try to just make 1,000 coins on every single card. And that's a simple rule as well. And basically this method is just super repetitive. You're going to do this over and over, scrolling through cards. Now there's a couple different tips here that we're going to dive into to make this method easier for you to make as many coins as possible. Let's go ahead and dive into that. So first of all, we'll go into how to make things as efficient as possible and win as many cards. And next we'll jump into kind of just like a lot of mistakes that people make when they're doing this method. But first, we'll go ahead and look at this Cancelo that I picked up before the video as an example for you guys. I picked him up for 68,000 coins. I'm going to be able to sell this Cancelo for 75,000. And again, it doesn't seem like a ton of profit because selling for 75,000, I'm going to lose, what is that, 3,750 on tax. So still actually a decent profit. You're making about 3.5k on this card. But one of the biggest things I tell people is you need to be willing to take those smaller profits when doing a method like this. One of the biggest mistakes is people are focused on making 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 coins on every single card. You need to be willing to make 1.5, 2k coins on a card and just do that over and over with tons of different specials. And that's really how you build your coins up. So now jumping into how we really make this method efficient. So a lot of times people find this method difficult because you're wasting time moving between the transfer market, your transfer targets, the cards you're bidding on, all that junk. Because you're sitting here bidding on a bunch of different cards, you got to keep bidding on them, finding new cards, all that stuff. So all you're going to do is when you're in the transfer market here bidding on a bunch of different cards, let's say I want to jump over and see the cards I'm bidding on at the moment. All you do is hit triangle on PlayStation or Y on Xbox, and it takes you straight to your transfer targets here, and you can keep an eye on those cards that you're currently bidding on. Super simple, super easy. And whenever you're done with this, you're just going to hit circle on PlayStation or B on Xbox. It takes you right back to where you were in the transfer market here looking at cards. So that's really important for just kind of like staying on top of your bids, continuing to find cards to bid on, simple things like that. It's something as easy as that that saves you so much time, and you're able to find so many more cards to bid on just because you're constantly saving time doing that. So again, just to kind of show doing it live in action, I see this Schlotterbeck here has a 23k bid on it. I jump over to Footbin here. This Schlotterbeck looks like he's about 27,000 coins. Let's look at his market sales history. Yeah, we can easily sell this card for 27k here. So For 27K, I'm gonna lose 1350 on tax. So I'll make around like 25,500. So I'd like to pick this guy up for 24,500 or less. Somebody bid that, so I go ahead, I move off that card, and I find another one here. Very simple, very easy. You just constantly do this over and over and over. Now, the big thing when I show this method, I show 10, 20, 30, anything like that. The big thing in the comments is, oh, everybody outbids me. I don't get enough cards. I'm not making enough coins. So let's go ahead and dive into that, the issues people make when they're doing this type of thing. So first of all, the biggest issue I see a lot of people make, for example, we'll take Schlotterbeck, for example, is they underestimate the price that a card goes for. So this Schlotterbeck, again here, it says 26,500 on Footbin. What a lot of people do be like, all right, 26,500. That means I'm going to sell them for 26K, so mine's the cheapest on the market. Never do that. Do not list for the cheapest on the market. Always go look at the market sales history. Look, you can sell this card easily, 27,500. One just sold for that. We got one that just sold for 28K. We got one 27,500. Three of them sold for 28K there. I could list this Schlotterbeck for 28K. Easy, no problem. So if I take that into account, I could buy this card for like 26K and still be making profit on him if I sell him for 28K. It's things like that where a lot of people kind of underlist these cards and they want to have them listed for the cheapest on the market, where they really miss out on a lot of stuff here. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, again, I mentioned it earlier, just not being willing to take small profits. It'll be like, oh, if I could sell this Schlotterbeck for 26K, I want to pick him up for 20K or less. You can't be doing that. You're not going to be making coins. People think they're making more coins by doing that, but you're really just depriving yourself of making coins because you're just sitting here bidding on cards, never winning anything, just doing the same thing over and over. And you're just never going to make coins like that. So you need to be willing, one, to take smaller profits, and two, list these cards for higher prices and wait for them to sell. Don't rush it. They're going to sell at some point. There's no reason to rush in and try to get these cards to sell within the first minute, 2 minutes of them being listed. For example, we go look at my transfer list at the moment. I've underlisted this Cancelo. He already sold for 75K. Again, I picked him up for 68K, so it's some really nice profit. But if I go ahead and look at this Cancelo on Footbin, oh wow, I really underlisted him. I mean, he was close to the cheapest on the market, but I mean, not really. Sold 73, 74. So, I mean, I still listed him at a decent price. I definitely could have listed him like 76, 77K. You can see those cards down here all sold for 77, 78,000 coins. So definitely could have listed him for more, but it's a learning lesson there. You can always list those cards for more. And you can see with something like this De Gea on my transfer list. He's been listed for 51 minutes and hasn't sold yet. I'm not worried about that because he's going to sell at some point. Prices change throughout the day. I mean, right now he's 30K. I've got him listed for 30,500 coins. They're all selling for 30K. This guy's eventually going to sell, especially when it gets down to the end of the hour. You get a lot of different cards selling. So those are just kind of like some minor tips that I see a lot of people trip up on just because they're basically just trying to get greedy with this method. And you need to be willing to take smaller profits and take your time selling cards, and you're going to make a lot more with this method. But guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.